So a little bit more on the history of the place. I was already mentioning in the previous videos about the archaeological digs and the finds that are now being exposed both in Aosta, and in fact I said something incorrect in the previous video because other archaeological remains or finds are exposed in Sion in Switzerland, but not in Martigny. Anyway, during the Iron Age already the importance of this location becomes evident, and that's already when transit along here is documented, so as far back as the Iron Age. And then this attests to the cultural exchanges between the two sides, so of course the Mediterranean side of the Alps and the French northern Transalpine side of the Alps. During the Roman times this was a very important passageway, and from here emperors, consuls and legions went through. There are several documents which attest to that, document that. I was already mentioning in a previous video that Peninus is from the word pen, which means summit, mountain, and was the divinity, the deity that presided over these mountains, hence the name. So Jupiter Summus Peninus. Following to the Roman conquest, this starts to become referred to as Alpis Pennina, and also the reference to Jupiter, which would have been Jovis or Jovis in Latin, and this was also referred to as Mons Jovis during the Middle Ages. So the dedications to Jovis Peninus in several bronze tablets have been found, and so they are an important document that testify to the importance of the area and all the traffic that used to be happening between the two sides, pretty much like today. So moving further down the line, sort of towards more recent times, relatively speaking, we go to 775, when Charlemagne allegedly transited in the area. And then there is even a legend that says that in the 10th century the Saracens were here, but this is probably not true. And yeah, apparently they were here and they were chased away by the local population, but more likely this is a legend and not really what happened. Then we move on to 1077, when, according to some historians, Henry IV transited to here on his way to Canossa in northern Italy, in the Apennines, where there's also a famous castle, and where he went to for the famous genuflection. And then between, well, sometime around 1174, 1175, Barbarossa, also Redbeard, transited from here. And then many counts and princes from the House of Savoy transited from this location, including Amedeo VIII in December 1434, who crossed here with an artillery, a whole artillery after him. But then the whole area went into decline, because at the end of the 1400s, the 15th century, the Valois, which is the Swiss region basically behind me on the Swiss side, was detached from the dominions of the Savoy, And then the very last famous passage, which I am going to pick on again in a video later when I'm going to be up at the hospice, which by the way is the big building up there, is the very famous passage by Napoleon, which was between, this is well documented because it's relatively recent in time, it was between the 15, the 15 and the 21st of May 1800. He was headed to Marengo when there was a famous battle there. Marengo is in the Piedmont region of Italy, very close to a city called Alessandria. There was a very famous battle which took place there, and Napoleon crossed with more than 40,000 men, 40 pieces of artillery and 3,000 horses. There you go. So lots of history. Thank you for watching.